Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I just want to thank all of you for watching, subscribing, and commenting. I really do enjoy reading your comments and responding back to you. So I just really appreciate each and every one of you for being here and for watching my videos. So today we are going to ask, what is your past life love story with your future spouse? And I also want to open this one up to your current spouse or your soulmate, just so I don't leave those people out. So I say soulmate also because I know some of you have found your person, but you don't necessarily want to get married. So I just wanted to include all of you in this reading. So let's go ahead and pick your cards. Spirit, we are asking for their past life love story with their future spouse, current spouse, or soulmate, please. Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Okay, pile number 1, your stone is the tiger moon, or the tiger's eye half moon. And your card is the King of Cups. Pile number 2, your stone is the Carnelian heart. And your stone is the 4 of staves, which is the 4 of wands. Pile number 3, your stone is the Montana Agate. And your card is Love, which is the Lover's card. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Tiger's Eye half moon, and your card is the King of Cups. What I get from this card is that the two of you grew old together. I feel like you went through many phases, many different timelines in your past life together, and by that I mean different experiences, different things that you experienced together, different learning experiences that you had. I feel that you both grew as individual people, but you also learned a lot of lessons and had a lot of growth as a couple together. And I feel that you both really grew into the relationship where you both offered comfort to each other. You were both home to each other. You learned how to communicate very well. You expressed your feelings to each other. I feel that you were deeply in love. I feel like this is a very emotional relationship, very good emotions. There might have been some ups and downs with things that happened in your life, but I feel that through those ups and downs, you were both very supportive of each other, very respectful of each other, very proud of each other. And I think just overall, very loving and supportive of each other. And I feel that it kind of took you to that next level within your partnership. So that's what I get so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards and see what else we can find out for you. Okay, for pile number 1, we are asking about their past life love story with their future spouse. This could also be their current spouse or their soulmate. Pile number 1. Sisters of the Seasons, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, Divine Order. Exactly what I was just saying. I think you went through ups and downs. I think you supported each other. I think you understood each other. You stood by each other. And I think that you grew as individuals, you grew together as a couple. And I feel that you had kind of a progression of events. So I do feel that you had a family. I feel that you had, you met, you had children, you watched your children grow up, and then you were empty nesters, and then we'll see if we can find out what happened after that, but that's what I'm seeing so far. What else can you tell us for pile number 1? Fairness, balance, the keeper of scales. I feel that your relationship was very balanced. I feel this kind of goes back to what I've already said, that you were very fair with each other, very understanding of each other's needs. I feel that there was an equal give and take in this relationship. I get a very gentle energy, a very respectful energy. Communication, I feel communication was very important here. I also feel like if something wasn't working in your relationship, or if you were having problems, miscommunication, I feel like you would both be very open and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very concerned with writing any balances that were causing any issues or any problems in your relationship. And I feel that was very, very important for you. I feel like in your lives, in your life together, that you had other things going on, such as work or other people, friends, family, but I feel like definitely both of your priorities was keeping that balance and keeping that level of respect and a lot of love for each other. Okay, let's see what your other oracle cards have to say. What else would you like to tell pile number 1, please? Ooh, okay, we have these two jumped out first, so we'll take those. Wide open. I feel that you are open to new experiences with each other as well. I feel that you were, so what I'm getting with this, first of all, is open communication. Really talking about your hopes and dreams with each other, climbing mountains together, figuratively. I mean, it could be literally too, but I'm thinking more figuratively, especially this person wearing this dress. That's not typically what you would wear when you're literally climbing a mountain. So perhaps it's more figuratively, but making a plan, saying, you know, we want to accomplish these things in our life, and making a plan to make that happen. So pursuing goals together, reaching milestones together. And then once you hit one milestone, saying, okay, what's next? And I get a sense of excitement with both of you together in planning your life together and planning what that next step is for both of you. And I feel with the wide open, I feel like the universe was at your hands. You could literally dream as big as you wanted to dream and really make that happen. Okay, then we have Sacred Pool. What I think here with this card is that you created a home environment that was your safe space, that was your place to be together, your sanctuary. And I feel that was resembling your relationship, in the sense of, I feel that your relationship was very peaceful, very loving. I feel that you were maybe very spiritual. Maybe you realized that you came together for a reason. You probably knew that you had past lives together in this past life that we're looking at now. Just a very, very strong connection, kind of calm waters is what I'm getting, that perhaps we'll see what happened throughout your relationship, but if you had any turbulent times in your relationship, I know that you probably had ups and downs. I don't know if anything was turbulent, and that doesn't have to necessarily be between the two of you. That could just be different experiences that you had. But I feel that if you had any of those experiences, that you moved into a time of calmer waters, smoother sailing. But having said that, I don't feel like that was necessarily within your relationship. I feel that, and I mean any rough times that you had, I feel that those were external factors that you were able to support each other with and then get out of and work through together. I don't feel like it affected your relationship, because I feel that your relationship was very, very, very strong from the beginning, and that lasted into probably this life as well, this current life that you will have with this person, or that you do have with this person. So the next card that we're going to get is from this deck. If any of you are familiar with it, and if you're not familiar, then I'm going to just tell you briefly. This is Wisdom of Avalon, and in this deck there are journey markers. You'll see what those are when we pick your card here. So that I picked these out of the deck, so this is what we're going to choose from here to get some information about your past life. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell us about pile number 1? What do we need to know about their past life with this person? The mystery, okay. I guess you had some things that came up in your life together that created a sense of romance. I think, so I see a lot of things here. I see a sense of romance. I see a sense of playfulness. I see kind of keeping the romance alive, keeping the heartbeat going, the excitement, the passion, the love. I also feel like you might have been thrown a couple curveballs in this past life, where some things that may have shaken up your lives together. And again, I don't think that this shook your relationship. I think it was just the situation you were in, or the circumstances that you were experiencing. And I feel that you were in it together, kind of exploring this life that you made together. I feel that there might have been some travel. Might have been some travel too. But the other thing that I get is that it was very strong. I feel a very strong connection. I feel home too. I feel that your home life was very, very strong, very grounded, very even. Just like even, things were kind of just flowing, and then occasionally you had some curveballs that happened. So we will see. But I think when that happened, you were very supportive of each other. So let's try to get some more information for you with your tarot cards. Okay, what else would you like to say to pile number 1, please? Okay, let's take these out and start there. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. I feel with the 6 of Swords that this could have something to do with the mystery that we saw here, and also with the cycles of growth. I think that this is really indicating that you did go through some things in your life, some things in your relationship that kind of threw curveballs here and there, but I feel that you were able to work through those. You were able to get through those in a very calm, precise manner. Because here with the 6 of Swords, this isn't a very turbulent water that we see here, which is what I've been feeling with this whole reading, is that if there was a problem, you were able to talk through it. You were able to work on things. You were able to communicate things and then kind of move away from the situation. And we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, exactly. So I feel that you were able to quickly remove anything in your life that wasn't working, anything that was creating this these mystery things. I don't know if we're going to be able to see exactly what these were, because obviously with the mystery, maybe it's supposed to remain a mystery. It could be where you have dealt with similar experiences in this lifetime or will experience some of those same things. And that's why it's a mystery, because it could be kind of a test in this current lifetime to see if you can get through it as easily as you did in this life. So, but the main thing to take away from this is that the Nine of Cups is a success card. This is dreams coming true. This is being happy, emotionally fulfilled, happy, feeling at peace. And so that's the most important thing to take away from what these issues were, these problems, these surprises that came up. Yeah, the Magician card. I feel that you were masters at working through things, at looking very analytically at an issue that may have arisen within your relationship. And I feel that you both had this quality throughout your relationship, and that you started with this quality. And that's why you were able to reach the King of Cups here, which is this level of maturity in your relationship. The Chariot card. Yeah, all of your cards are lining up so well. I feel with the Chariot that you were each on your individual paths, and then you met and you had this very, very strong connection together. And then you came together as a couple. And then you became this unit that was moving forward, going through this journey, this mystery of your life together, and that you both transformed on a level that made you both so much stronger, that made you both kind of look back and really appreciate the journey that you went on. I think your relationship together I think you both changed, but changed for positive. I feel that you individually became stronger, as a couple became stronger, and I think that you really created a very strong foundation for your family, for your children, and just an overall supportive environment for everybody involved. When we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so some of the things that might have happened that came up, remember I told you that I didn't really see it was between the two of you, that it was more an external factor. And what I see here is that you may have had some financial issues. There could have been something that came up where you maybe lost money on something, or it could be really anything, because we don't even know exactly what time period we're in here. But somewhere along the line, you had some kind of financial issues. Maybe you had to go to a local church or a local organization to ask for food. But what I'm seeing with this card being right below the sacred pool, I feel that this is restating what I said, that this was external, and your sacred pool was like your sacred home, wherever you were living at that time. Even if you had to stay with friends or family or some kind of support organization, I feel that you were still together, you were still loved, you still had each other to lean on during that time, and you still had your sacred space together. We have the Nine of Pentacles. The mystery card's making more and more sense as we go along and get more information. I feel that you had a turn of luck, a turn of events. I feel that maybe in the beginning of your relationship, it was kind of unexpected things would happen, because you go from the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. And what I see here is that you were really, really down on your luck. However, all you had to do was kind of look to the resources that were around you, which I believe you did, because in a lot of Five of Pentacles, the person's outside, the person doesn't even notice that there's help there, but this person realizes that there's help there and they're asking for help. And I think that you probably came upon a group of people or somebody who really liked you, like both of you, and liked you as a couple and wanted to help. Because going from the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, it's like your luck turned around and kept going in a positive direction. This is success. This is building that home life that you wanted. This is being successful individually and as a couple, your dreams coming true, feeling secure, going from feeling scared and not knowing what was going to happen to feeling secure, feeling like you could move on with your life, you could pursue your dreams and your goals at this point. So kind of like things unexpected happening that were so great, and then unexpected things that were happening that were very positive. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Wands. With the Knight of Wands, I feel that once your luck turned around a little bit, I feel that there was no stopping where you two could go together. I feel also with this being below the Six of Swords, I feel that you slowly worked your way out of the Five of Pentacles, and then you slowly built up to the Nine of Pentacles. But I feel that there might have been an individual here that really allowed you to see that, you know, this isn't permanent. This is just temporary. And so I think that's where the Knight of Wands comes in, where all of a sudden you have this renewed spark for life again, for your passions in life, for what you want in life. And then really pursuing those goals with a sense of passion, in the sense of nothing's going to stop you from moving past the Five of Pentacles, from walking away from the Six of Swords, getting away from this turmoil, these things that weren't working, these headaches, these events that were causing you to feel like you are stuck. And also, I think the fact that you worked through these issues together and that you were able to overcome these problems together, I think it really not renewed, because you always had that spark, but I think that it really made you more passionate about each other and really made you fall in love even more with each other. And we have the King of Swords. I think that you really have had a good ability to figure things out. Remember the Magician card here? I think that, and also once things kind of fell into place, there was no stopping you. But with the King of Swords, I think that you had this, both of you together had this really great ability to think logically during times of stress, during hard times. You were able to think logically. You were able to communicate with people, figure out what you needed, and then go after it. Try to reverse your misfortune here. And I also feel like with the two of you together, it was like a force to be reckoned with, that you were able to really transform any situation from hard luck to success. Okay, then we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, I really feel that there was a spark of something saying, okay, I know how to fix this. I know how we can get through this. I know what we need to do. I think you work together beautifully. I think that you're both very strong thinkers. I think you're both like the Magician, which is somebody who can really gather tools, someone who can really, anything you need to get through a situation, you're going to figure out how to find what you need to get through a situation here. And I feel like you were both like that. And then when you came together, it was just like this explosion of energy and thoughts and determination to change your lives from here to the Nine of Pentacles. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. You worked very, very, very hard, especially right below the Chariot card. I think that with this progression of cards here, Wide Open, Chariot, and Queen of Pentacles, I feel that there was no stopping you. I feel that even during hard times, you knew that the world was your oyster. You knew that you could accomplish anything and that you would accomplish anything. And you did. I believe that you created that home environment that you want. I believe that you had a lot of abundance, a lot of financial security, that you really created a safe home for you and your loved ones. And it was your sanctuary. I believe that you had everything that you ever wanted or needed, and that it was very, very loving. I think your children were very loved. Your friends and family loved being around you. And I feel that there was a sense of great success that you had with each other, kind of looking at each other. You felt such a happiness in the success that you built together. Okay, then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Working very hard to make your home. Sorry if you can hear that truck out there. I believe that is the garbage truck outside. Okay, anyway, with the Eight of Pentacles, I wonder if I should pause this for just a second. Maybe let's give it just a second. Oh, no, okay, there they go. Sorry about that. Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles here, I feel that you really took a lot of time. You put in a lot of care, a lot of work went into your home. For some reason, your home, oh, you know what? Maybe you didn't have a home at some point. With the Five of Pentacles, maybe you had to lean on some sort of organization because you were down on your luck. So maybe once you got your home, maybe that's why we have Sacred Pool here and why your home environment was so sacred to you. I think that's what it is. I think you were really, really, really down on your luck, but you didn't let that stop you. You didn't let that take you down. You didn't let that hold you down even. You always knew that you were destined to get out of this misfortune that you had here. And I think that you really kind of dedicated your lives once you got out of that particular rough patch there. I think you really dedicated your lives to protecting your home, protecting your energy, making it comfortable. I think that you appreciated every single thing that you had. Even if you had a small home, it was your home. You made it such a beautiful place that it wouldn't matter if it was really small, or even if it was a mansion. You made it home. You know, sometimes those big, huge mansions can feel kind of like a department store or something. But so no matter the size of your home, it was like your sanctuary. And I also think this here, it looks like someone's looking in the window, like a spirit guide or something. I think that you were both very strong in listening to your spirit guides and following kind of that inner voice that you both had. And I think that you were on the same page with that, in that you may have had like the same spirit guides or something like that kind of guiding you along your path. But I feel that you put a lot of work into your relationship as well. And then we have the Three of Cups. You had so many celebrations in your life. So many celebrations. I feel like you may have had 3 children. You may have had 3 children. Just so much success, so much beauty. And I think that you celebrated this so much more because of these hard times that you had. I think that when you were going through these hard times, you weren't, I think one of your dreams was to have children, and it seems like at this point you weren't sure if you were even going to be able to fulfill that dream because of where you were in your lives at this particular time. Because if you didn't have a place to live, you may not have wanted to bring children into the world at that particular time. But it was like slowly and surely you were strong, you kept the faith, you got back on your feet. And then I think that you had 3 beautiful children. I think you just constantly had something to celebrate throughout this life. So to summarize, I feel that one of the biggest things to take away from this particular past life that we're looking at here is that you leaned on each other. You are both very, very strong, very, very intelligent, very smart in figuring out how to work through the hard times, and also keeping the faith through those hard times. And then having this mystery of going through hard times, being successful, and then finally having your children, because you didn't think you'd be able to have them at one point, and then you have them, and you had such this beautiful life. Look at how pretty this card is. So I think that's a good way to end your reading. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and then you can also click the bell if you want to be notified of my future videos. If you would ever like to book a private reading or a private Reiki session, you can do that on my website, and please know that is the only way to book a reading with me. I will never, ever, ever, ever reach out to you for a reading. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Carnelian heart, and your card is the 4 of Staves. What I get with this card, first of all, is that you are definitely married. I think that you celebrated your relationship for the rest of your lives. I feel that this is a very, very strong connection, that when you first met this person, you had a feeling of safety and comfort. And that I feel also that you were on the same page with things, that you both wanted possibly children. I feel like you were very similar. The way you think, the way you thought was very, very similar to each other. I feel that also you helped ground each other too. And that it was just a very comforting, safe, loving relationship that you had. Let's see what else we can find out with your other oracle cards. Okay, what else would you like to say to pile number 2, please? The Keeper of Scales, fairness and balance. Yeah, I feel that you are both very similar. I feel that you wanted the same things. I feel that you were both really giving to each other. I feel that there was an equal give and take in this relationship. I feel that it was very important for you to make sure that each other that you were both happy, that you were both still on the same page with things, that you equally took care of the house, of the work in the house, of whatever it was of taking care of the children. So whatever it was that you had going on within your relationship, I feel that it was very balanced. I also feel that your communication was very open, very strong, and that I feel that you worked very, very hard on your relationship to make it the best relationship possible. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Ooh, did you have some events that you weren't expecting to happen in your relationship? Because that's what I'm getting here. Maybe some things that took you on a completely different course than you were expecting to go on. Oh, you know what I think this is? I think this is when you met. Because remember when I told you that it was kind of this instant feeling of safety? I think that you met at a time when you least expected it in this past life. I think that's what this is. That's why we have total paradigm shift, because you were both single, you were both going about your lives, and then all of a sudden it was like this electricity, this lightning bolt that came out of the sky and connected the two of you together. And I feel that your lives were never the same after that. And I think that this was a extremely powerful connection that you had with this person. Yeah. Look, see, there's 2 bolts of lightning here. I was so focused on looking at the middle of the card, I literally did not notice the lightning here when I talked about it. I'm sure subconsciously I saw it, and that's why I said that. But you were literally 2 bolts of lightning that came together and created this new life for both of you. So let's look at your other oracle cards. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2? Stuck in the mud. So this could go either way. The first thing that I got with this card is that you were able to lean on each other during difficulties that happened during your relationship. And I don't feel that this was between the two of you. I feel that this is some kind of external situation because this elephant is in the mud. So I feel that it was a situation that you guys found yourselves in, and that didn't stop you, that you were able to get out of the situation. If you see, the elephant is actually walking out of the situation and the bird is on its back. So I think that you probably leaned on each other during difficult times, and I feel that you would lean on one person, and then another time you would lean on the other person. The other person would lean on you, you would lean on them. Like I said, it is very a very strong give and take in this relationship. And so I think that you were able to rely on each other when you needed to be there for each other. Very supportive. Okay, what else? Okay. This is the one that flipped over. Peaks of joy. Yeah, I feel that you I think this goes along with supporting each other, with being there for each other, and that being there for each other and getting out of these sticky situations, that you were coming out of them. There was such a sense of relief, a sense of happiness, a sense of transformation, a feeling also that you could truly get over anything. Another thing that I'm getting from these two cards combined is that for some of you, I'm feeling that you were feeling stuck, like you would never meet that person. You would never meet your soulmate in this past life. And I feel that kind of out of the blue, like we talked about with this card, it happened. And it was such an amazing sense of relief, feeling of, oh, I found my person. I can actually accomplish all the goals that I wanted to in my life, because I do think that you wanted children. I think that you wanted that family life. And I think that meeting each other really allowed that to happen and really made you feel like you could definitely meet all of the goals that you are trying to accomplish in this life. So very, very happy to come across each other's paths in this particular life that we're looking at here. Okay, and then these cards are from the Wisdom of Avalon deck, if you're not familiar with that. There are journey markers in that deck, and you'll see what they are when I pick your card here. So I took these out of the whole deck so that we could just look at your journey markers that will give us an idea of what was going on in this past life. So could we have a journey marker, please, for pile number 2? Birth and rebirth. That makes a lot of sense. So this is a journey marker. With birth and rebirth, I feel that when you met each other and you had this lightning strike that brought you two together, I feel that you felt like it was the beginning of the next phase of your life. And then I think that, see, now these cards are making a lot more sense. I feel that it also was a rebirth, because this feeling of wondering, am I going to meet that person? Am I going to have my happy ending? And then finding that person and feeling so much joy and so much love and so much comfort. I think that's where we get the birth and rebirth. What I also think this could mean is that you may have gone through periods in your relationship that were challenging, and then getting through those challenges, and that's where you get that sense of rebirth, and then kind of moving on from there, and then having this happen multiple times within your relationship. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards now. See what else we can find out for you. What else would you like to tell pile number 2? The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that you worked very well together. I think that you listened to each other. I think that you appreciated each other. I think that you slowly built on this relationship and slowly built the life that you wanted together. And that I think you had a lot of patience with each other and patience with things that were happening in your relationship or external things that were happening outside of your relationship that may have affected you. I think that you were very open to learning from each other, listening to each other, and working as a team overall in this relationship. Again, remember, this is right below the fairness and balance card. So I think there was a lot of equality in this relationship. The Hierophant. Yeah, remember earlier I said you were definitely married? You were definitely married. Absolutely, for sure, definitely married. I also feel with this card that you had a very strong spiritual connection to each other. Kind of, what I see with this card is almost like knowing what the other person is going to say before they say it. Just having this kind of psychic connection with each other, which is also what really helped you get through any difficulties that you may have had. So almost like an otherworldly connection that you had in this past life. Very, very strong, very connected spiritually. And also connected, your paths were like very well aligned to each other. The Nine of Cups. You had so much happiness, so much, well, a lot of joy, a lot of getting exactly what you wanted. So having that perfect family life, having literally your dreams coming true, like everything that you ever wanted, you were getting within this relationship. Working on your dreams together, feeling like you could really conquer anything because you have this amazing support, this amazing spouse that you had in this past life. The Chariot card. Going through a lot of different things together. Again, this is below the Stuck in the Mud card. So having the ability to work through problems, get through them together, come out on the other side even stronger, going and knowing that you can conquer the next challenge that comes your way. I also feel like there was an incredible amount of growth that you did in this relationship together. So lessons that you learned together in this past life, I feel that for the most part, you learned those lessons so that in this current life that we are in, you can conquer new lessons. Because I feel that there was an incredible amount of growth that you had in this past life. A lot of movement. So let's just say if we have like levels that we can like lessons and levels that we may or may not learn in each lifetime with each other, I feel that you really kind of jumped up that ladder pretty quickly in this past life together. The Knight of Wands. I feel that you had a lot of passion for each other. You had a lot of passion to get through any difficulties that may have arisen, and also just a very strong sense of what your relationship is, what you want to build, making those dreams come true, working through the problems so that you can move on to your dreams and making those happen instead of focusing on problems. And I feel like there really wasn't anything that the universe could throw at you that you could not work through. And I feel really that because of all the work that you did in this past life, this current life that you're in with this person, it might be easier than this particular life was. And that's not to say that you don't have your difficulties in this life, but it just seems like it might be even easier than this one. Then we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, again, there was a lot of movement, a lot of things going on, a lot of goals, a lot of like knowing. See, with the Knight of Wands, it's like knowing what you want and making that happen. So I think that you are both very much goal-oriented, and maybe you are in this current life as well. But having a lot of dreams, having a lot of goals, and nothing's going to stand in your way from making those things happen. Figuring out a way to make them happen. Also, what I get here is that you supported each other. So if, let's just say, for instance, if one of you had a goal where, and this is just an example, so let's say both of you wanted to go to school, and you thought it would be better that one of you goes first and then the other person goes to school so that you're not both in school at the same time. So the first person goes, the other person really supports the one in school, and then they're done, and then it's time for you to go, and then that other person really supports you while you're in school, giving you the time that you need to study, to do projects, to actually physically go to school. So it was a very reciprocal relationship, very much concerned that the other person can pursue their goals, and then going the other way where the other person then allows the other one to pursue their dreams and goals. Okay, then we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, with the Seven of Wands, this is really any challenges that may have come up in your relationship. This is being able to look at those challenges, look at what needs to be done, figuring it out, and moving on. So I think this also goes to with like any arguments or anything. What I see here is that neither one of you were into pettiness. Neither one of you thought that you should waste time on arguing over who didn't put their shoes away, or, you know, just some little things like that that ultimately do not, it's really truly not that important. I mean, it may drive you completely, you know, crazy. It may unnerve you, but in the ultimate process of your relationship, it's truly not that big of a deal. So little things like that. So not being petty, kind of having a higher perspective of your relationship and really respecting each other. I think respect is another big element of your relationship. So respecting each other, give and take. Those are a couple of the things that come to mind. The Seven of Cups. I think that you really had a lot of dreams and goals that you wanted to pursue. I think both of you did. And I think that you allowed each other to pursue these things very much in sync with each other. And I think that also if one of you was caught up in your dreams and your goals to the point where maybe you couldn't necessarily see certain things that could go wrong, or you couldn't necessarily see a better way to do things because you were just so excited and had so much passion about what you wanted to do, I feel that the other person would be able to point things out to you to kind of protect you from maybe making a mistake or making things harder for either one of you. And I feel that with this open communication that you had, the other person would listen, would be open to saying, oh, okay, what are you saying? Let me understand your perspective. So I feel that there's just this very gentle sense of open communication between the two of you, but also still supporting each other. So if you still said, but you know what, I think I have the best idea and I don't really see these issues that you're seeing that may come up here. I see that other person supporting you, but kind of looking out for you at the same time, saying, well, you know, I guess you have to make your own mistakes. So that kind of loving, unconditional relationship, supportive, just really loving overall. Look at that. You have the Four of Wands, which is your original card over here. The staves are wands. You've definitely been married in other past lives. I think you've had multiple past lives together. I feel that I kind of touched on this a minute ago. I feel like your relationship becomes stronger with each lifetime that you go through together. So I feel like you really, so let's say like if you had 100 lessons to learn from the beginning of time, whenever that was, when you first met each other in one of your multiple past lives. So like the very, very first past life that you had together. And then each life that you go through, you learn all these lessons. And in this one, I think you learned a lot of lessons in this life. And I think that's why this current life is going to be slightly easier for you. I feel like you agreed to go through a little bit less, a little fewer life lessons in this current life that we're in. You've definitely had multiple lifetimes together. And I feel that that's probably why you had the sense of safety when you first looked at each other, when you first talked to each other. I think that your union, your spiritual connection will carry on, through the end of time. This is very, very, very strong spiritual connection that we have here. There's a lot of passion that you have for each other, a very strong attraction, connection. And I think that there's a lot of success that you can really create with each other. And again, that goes back to supporting each other and supporting each other pursuing your individual goals. Then we have the Hangman. This is what I was saying, how one person will allow the other person to pursue their goals while the other person kind of waits and takes care of the household, perhaps takes care of the children. And then it's the other person's turn. Then it flips where the other person will kind of hang out and let the other person pursue their goals. So it's also what I see here is having that different perspective. Should anything need to be worked on within your relationship, I feel that you are both willing to look at the other person's perspective, look at things differently, really try to take a time out to understand, okay, why are you feeling this way? Why did you say that? What am I not getting here? Let me try to understand this so that we can move on from this. So that's what I see here. Yeah, I just feel there's a great sense of support and perhaps a sense of, I don't want to say sacrifice, but oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. I'm like completely blank. It's like the give and take, but like the, I can't think of the word. I'll try to remember it, but definitely wanting things to be equal in all aspects of your life. Compromise. Compromise, that's the word I was trying to think of. Both of you are willing to compromise and put your individual goals on hold so that the other person can pursue their goals. So I feel there's a great sense of compromise throughout your entire past life together. And really wanting to see the other person be successful. And that going both ways. We have the Two of Cups. Yeah. Look at this. This is just like another past life is what I'm getting here. Just so many past lives, such a strong connection, supporting each other, loving each other. You never, ever, ever have to guess what the other person is thinking in this past life. Really expressing your emotions no matter what it is. And knowing intuitively too, like knowing what the other person is thinking, just being on such the same wavelength. And having such a harmonious relationship. Very loving, supportive. And we have the Judgment card. Interesting. Because with the Judgment card, I get that things were never the same once you met each other. It's almost like you couldn't even remember what life was like before you met this person. Kind of saying, how did I get through life without you? How did I get through things? You know, and then the birth and rebirth, going through all of these life lessons. Remember when I talked about kind of like, if you had like 100 lessons and then you got down to, 50, 20, whatever it is. And then for some reason you learned so many, you learned how to work through them in this particular lifetime so well together that this current lifetime that we're in, whether you have or have not met this person yet, you will be meeting this person in this current lifetime if you haven't already. And it's kind of like you're getting another chance to transform, to bring your relationship to an even higher level. So I feel that this strong connection that you had in this particular past life is going to carry on into this current lifetime as well. So you may have kind of that similar experience where you first lock eyes with this person and you're just going to feel a sense of safety. So, a lot of people, when they first meet somebody, they don't know, should I trust this person or not, and I feel that that's not going to be there. I feel that you're going to feel safe, protected, and that you will really have an almost instant connection with this person, which you had in the past life, which I think you're going to have in this current life as well. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonates with you, please like and subscribe. You can click the bell to be notified of my future videos. And if you would like to book a private reading or a private Reiki session with me, you can find the link to my website below. And please know that I will never, ever, ever reach out to you for any of my services. If somebody does reach out to you, that is definitely not me. So thank you so much for being here. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Montana Agate, and your card is the Lover's card. So I get a couple things here. First of all, I feel that you have a very, very strong connection. You're very passionate, very loving, very connected to each other on a level that most people don't reach. I think this is a very, very special connection that you have with this person. I also feel that something may have happened in this past life where you were somehow separated from each other and somehow you found your way back to each other. So we will try to get some more details on that, but I feel like there is this unbreakable bond between the two of you where quite literally almost nothing could really come between you and this bond that you have and this connection that you have. It's almost like I can literally see like a connection between the two of you, and there's nothing that could ever like cut that or sever that. And like literally there's nothing that could sever that. I don't really know how else to explain what I'm seeing. It's like, it's so strong. Very, 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 very strong. So let's try to get some more information for you. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? What else can you tell us? The sacred union, partnership, and romance. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of romance here that you had in your past life. I feel that, well, first of all, obviously you're very attracted to each other, but I feel that the romance never died in your relationship. I feel that you would be, an old couple sitting together and you would still be holding hands. You would still give your partner a kiss on the cheek or the lips or whatever it is. I just feel that almost this giddy feeling that you had even as you grew old together, which is really, really special. What else can you tell us about pile number 3? The eyes of beauty, positive expectations and clarity. Yeah, I think you saw a lot of beauty in each other. I think that I think your whole, positivity is really a great way to explain this. It feels like you didn't really even allow any negativity into your life. It's like you could see the path, like all that mattered was your path together. There was nothing that could come in that could hurt your path, that could cast negativity into your relationship or the path that you had together. And I feel that you were able to navigate life together with a sense of ease, getting through problems easily, working together very, very, almost like you were in unison all the time. Let's see what other information we can get. What else would you like to tell pile number 3? Wide open. I feel that you had a lot of dreams you wanted to pursue together. I feel that you did everything that you could to pursue these dreams. I feel that you had the same dreams. Everything that you wanted to accomplish lined up together. And I feel that just your overall like extreme positivity that you had, I think that you were both probably pretty positive people to begin with, but connecting the two of you together was like this powerful force where you could literally manifest anything and everything that you desired in this life. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? Rock bottom. But look at how there's 2 paths here. I feel with this card that maybe, and also the number 10, so this is like the beginning of something new. Something new is about to happen. You hit rock bottom, you can't get any lower, and you're about to go on to a different something else. Like the only way from here is up. So I feel like you were both probably on a similar path in this past life where something had happened with both of you. I feel that when you met, you were both down on your luck, on hard times, and you met each other during that time and you fell in love during that time. And I feel that you really supported each other. You really lifted each other up out of those hard times. And I feel that that's what made your bond even stronger, is that first of all, you were able to see each other grow. You were able to help each other almost right away. You supported each other unconditionally right away. And then I feel that as you moved out of this rock bottom, that it just continued to strengthen your bond as you supported each other and helped each other and really worked very, very, very hard together to overcome these difficulties here. Now we're going to look at this deck. This is Wisdom of the Avalon, or Wisdom of Avalon deck. If you're not familiar, this deck has journey markers in it. So I took all of those out of the deck so that that's all we have here. And we're going to choose one. And you will see what I'm talking about when I turn your card over. So this will give us a little more insight as to what your path was together. Okay, what else do you want to tell pile number 3, please? Okay, we have joy. That's a nice card. I feel that the joy came from helping each other, from experiencing this movement out of rock bottom. I feel like you were both at rock bottom when you met each other, because part of your journey together was to, this may sound kind of funny, but to literally get the hard times out of the way so that you could move on to just enjoying each other. That's quite simply what I'm seeing with these two cards connected to each other. So you had to just get it out of the way. Let's just do it all at once. Get it out of the way so that we can move on together. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards and see what else we can find out for you. Okay, what else do you have for pile number 3? What else do you want to tell pile number 3? The Knight of Wands. Definitely a lot of passion, a lot of moving forward together, definitely wanting to see each other accomplish goals, definitely coming out of this rock bottom period. And I feel that as you were both in this rock bottom period at the same time, I feel that there was so much joy in seeing the other person come out of that. And I feel that you inspired each other. You gave each other strength during that time. And you gave each other strength when at times you thought you didn't have any more strength yourself, but you were still able to kind of pull that out of somewhere deep within your soul and kind of offer that to the other person. And it was kind of a reciprocal situation going on there. And so I think that you really fed on each other's energy, and you both kind of became the Knight of Wands, where even though you were down and out on your luck, you were both able to still go after your dreams, go after your goals, go after what you wanted. And I think that's what really helped to grow this connection between the two of you even more. The Eight of Swords. I think that on your own here, you may have been stuck longer at rock bottom because both of you were getting to a point where you couldn't even see what was going on anymore, because these events, situations, whatever it was, were like, you felt like you were tied up, like you had handcuffs on, like there was no way out. And then that really started to do a number on your self-esteem, on your thought process, thinking, okay, well, maybe I'm just stuck. Maybe this is just what it is. And so, but in fact, you really were not stuck there. And I think that's what you were able to do for each other, is say, no, you're actually really not stuck. There's a solution here. So I think that you provided that for each other, that support, that giving the other person the sight that they did not have during these hard times. So being eyes for that person, being the ears for that person, and of course I'm speaking figuratively here. So being strength for that person when they couldn't be, and they were that for you when you felt that you couldn't be that for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah. And then coming out of that and being so successful. I think that this added support that you get from this person and that person got from you in this past lifetime really helped elevate you both individually. I think that you were both able to overcome very, very difficult times. And then I think this other person, I think you both brought each other back to have not only passion for each other, but passion for your dreams and goals again. Because I think that you really kind of lost a sense of who you both were when you were in this situation here. So I think you pulled each other out, you supported each other, and therefore you are both able to create this massive success. I really feel that there's a lot of success, there's a lot of financial stability, dreams coming true, having whatever you want, having your perfect home, whatever that meant to you, and feeling secure in the relationship, knowing that this is a safe place, that this person is always going to be there for you. And also that this person met you and you met this person when you were at rock bottom, and that person and you stuck with each other. A lot of people would have left, but you stuck with each other. The Hangman, kind of what I was just saying, that you supported each other, you stuck with each other, you helped each other. You helped each other see a different perspective that you couldn't see here, because you were so stuck in that energy that you couldn't really see alternatives. You couldn't see how to get out of the energy, even though all you had to do was just walk forward. And this goes for your partner as well. So I feel that you both really helped each other look at things differently and really helped each other kind of meditate on issues, on problems, and understanding that there is a way out. Remember the wide open card? There's so many possibilities that you hadn't looked at yet. The Two of Wands. Exactly. Looking at things differently, looking at the possibilities, showing the other person that there's a way out of this. Look at how you have the Two of Wands here, and it's right below both of you being at rock bottom. So showing the other person, oh look, but you could do this and it'll help you get out of this. And then reverse, and then the other person showing you, well look, you can get out of this too. Look, maybe if we work together. And then coming up with a plan, problem solving. I feel that one of your strengths in this past life was problem solving and really helping each other through problems. So maybe that's carried on into this current life, or it possibly will if you haven't met this person yet. But really being supportive, and really for some reason it was just working through problems in this past life so far. The High Priestess, I think you really helped, again, you helped each other see what the other person couldn't see. I feel that you're both drawn to each other. You both find the other person your auras are attracted to each other. Your energy is on the same frequency. And I feel that you really kind of taught each other how to move through life when you can't see the bigger picture. I feel that you both would provide that missing piece of information to the other person. You provided like you were able to explain things to the other person that would give them a different perspective so that they could get out of feeling stuck, feeling at rock bottom. So maybe you'll see this in this current life too, how that kind of affects this current life, how you work through problems together. We have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, your whole reading is basically talking about the same thing. Lifting each other up, protecting each other, looking out for each other, solving one problem at a time so that you can actually pursue your dreams and your goals, so that you can move on from the difficult times, supporting each other, looking out for each other also, allowing the other person to move forward on their own while, I mean, obviously while you're still together, but just there's a strong sense of protection here, but there's also all throughout your reading, there's this sense of seeing things differently, looking at things through different glasses, through different, just using different senses even than you used before. So I think that you just learned so much from this person. Really learned not to give up, that there's always a way out of situations. And also, going through difficult times, knowing that the other person is not going to give up on you, knowing that you always have that support, and also bringing a sense of joy into each other's lives during hard times, which can really be what someone needs to get through difficult times. Because if you're really, really low and then you have zero joy in your life, you're going to lose most motivation to try to get out of rock bottom. So I think that's another important thing in your love story, is that no matter how far down either of you felt, you could still find that joy in life, which was with each other, which is really inspiring you both to keep going and motivating you. The Moon card. I think you're both, so you have the High Priestess and the Moon card. These are both very psychic cards. I feel like you're both highly psychic, but about the other person's life. Does that make sense? I think this is relating to working through those problems again, where you have an uncanny ability to see solutions for your partner's problems in this life. And then it's the other way too, where your partner, your spouse in this past life, has this incredible ability to see through problems, like psychically, that you're going through. So is this making sense to you? It's very, very strong. And so it's almost like you have this ability to kind of instinctively know what the next step to take is, but for other people. So it's almost like some tarot readers can read excellent for other people, but they can't read that well for themselves because they can't like separate the ego from their from what the cards are trying to say, because their ego gets in the way. So it's kind of, and not all readers are like that, but it's just an example that for some reason when each of you tried to look at things, it was foggy when you were looking at your own life, but for the other person, it was like, well, it's crystal clear. Why can't you see this? And that's why here we have this person trying to show the other person, well, look, the solution's right here. So I think it was, you really helped each other excel in your lessons in this past life, which is a really beautiful thing, because then hopefully you don't have to repeat those in future lifetimes. You don't have to repeat those lessons. The Seven of Pentacles. I feel that you really grew together. You changed, you both changed, but it was together. I feel that your relationship lasted a lifetime. I think it was slow and steady progress. I think that you nurtured your relationship. You checked in on each other. You made sure you were both doing okay. You really communicated with each other very, very effectively to make sure that all of your needs were taken care of, to make sure that, asking each other, is there anything else that we can be doing in this relationship? What do you need? This is what I need. Just very open communication, a very grounded, stable, secure relationship, knowing that you can trust each other no matter what. And also pursuing your goals as a couple together and being patient. I feel like you have a lot of patience with each other. Almost like, I wouldn't even call it patience, because I don't feel that you really need patience with each other. It's just you give each other time and respect to figure things out, to see things in your own perspective. You give each other grace in this past life, to like grace and time if that's needed. We have the Nine of Wands. So there's a lot of protection. I feel that in this past life, you both went through a lot. And I feel that as you both climbed out of this rock bottom card, not only did it solidify knowing that you can get out of there and never go back there, but knowing that you have each other's back. Knowing that you're very supportive of each other, and knowing that the other person is going to be there as you work through all of these things here. And also, I feel that once you got to a certain point in this life here, that there were no more extremely difficult lessons for you. and that it was kind of smooth sailing, and that you really appreciated that. And just because of everything that you had gone through in the beginning of your relationship, you are extremely protective of your partnership together. And I think that that made you grow even stronger together as well. And I feel like you felt like you could really get through anything, literally anything, with this person standing by you. We have the Fool card. Feeling a sense of joy and relief, feeling a sense of playfulness, a sense of knowing that, you know what, we're almost there. We've almost made it. Look how hard you're working here. Here you're a little bit closer. You just have a little bit more challenge to get through. And then it's like, just feeling lighter, really supporting each other through different cycles of your lives. And then maybe it was a bit later on in your lifetime together, in this particular one, where you were able to relax, enjoy life. It's like I said, your lessons were done. So it's a sense of just relief, being able to breathe again, being able to maybe even travel, just doing more fun things. And I also feel that you supported each other here if either one of you wanted to try something different, if either one of you wanted to do something creative. I feel that you are very supportive of the other person and of the other person pursuing their goals. But I really feel with this card that there may have been some kind of move somewhere. A move somewhere. Okay. The Two of Cups. Oh, okay. I think I know what the Fool means. I think I know what the move was, because I kept seeing a move. So anyway, okay, it makes sense now. So let me explain this to you. So with the Two of Cups and the Fool card, what the move was that I was seeing here is moving from being a couple to being married, because this almost looks like a wedding dress here. So I feel that once you got through these rock bottom issues, you got through them together, you supported each other, it kind of solidified this connection that you have, and how strong this connection is, and how rare this connection is, and that you wanted to take that next step with each other, which leads us to the Two of Cups. Again, you are definitely married. You've probably been married in most of your past lives together. Definitely at least 3, I would say, with these cards that you have here, these 3 cards. I feel that you're going to have different challenges in this current lifetime, but I do feel that they might possibly be easier, hopefully, than you had here, because that was very, very difficult for you here. But I feel that you're taking this strength that you learned together from this lifetime into this current lifetime. And I feel that you're very similar in this past life, and it's also going to carry on into this current life too. You have a lot of similar interests, this knowing each other before you even knew each other. And I think that it's just such a strong, strong bond that any difficulties that you may come across, I feel that those difficulties are going to be external and not internal within your relationship. Does that make sense? So the difficulties would be like with work or with family or with anything external. And then within your relationship, there's support, strength, understanding, love. So I hope that makes sense for you. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, and you would like to, you can like and subscribe. You can also click the bell to be notified of my future videos if that interests you. And if you would like to book a private reading or a private Reiki session with me, you can find the link for my website in the description box below. Thank you so much.